Let me tell you something that's going to change the way you think about getting rid of that extra weight around your middle, the kind that just won't budge no matter what you try. I see it every day in my practice, folks coming in feeling defeated, tired of the endless cycle of diets that promise the world but deliver nothing but frustration. You've probably been there too, scrolling through advice on cutting carbs or skipping meals, only to end up confused and back where you started. But imagine if there was a straightforward path, one that works with your body's natural rhythms instead of fighting against them. That's what we're diving into today. A way to unlock your own energy stores and watch that stubborn fat start to fade away quickly and sustainably. Stick with me here, because by the end, you'll have the tools to make this happen without feeling overwhelmed or deprived. If this sounds like what you've been searching for, drop a comment letting me know where you're tuning in from, and let's get that energy going. Hi, before we jump into the practical steps, let's lay down the basics so everything makes sense. You see, the key to all this isn't about starving yourself or following some rigid plan that feels like punishment. It's about understanding how your body handles energy and what really controls whether you're storing fat or burning it. At the heart of it is a simple hormone called insulin. Think of it as your body's storage manager. When you eat foods that break down into sugar quickly, like bread, sweets, or even too many starchy items, your blood gets flooded with that sugar. Your body doesn't like that. It's like having too much fuel spilling everywhere. So it sends out insulin to clean things up, directing that sugar into your cells for use or storage. But here's the catch in our everyday lives. With snacks and meals full of those quick sugar foods, insulin stays busy all the time. And when it's active, it tells your body to hold on to fat, locking it away like a vault you can't open. You can't tap into your own fat reserves because insulin is standing guard, saying, nope, store more instead. Now picture flipping that switch. If you ease off those sugar-spiking foods, insulin levels drop naturally. Your body notices the usual fuel isn't coming in as much, so it turns to what's already there, your stored fat. It breaks it down into usable energy, creating these little power packs called ketones that keep you going strong. This isn't some fad, it's how humans have survived for ages when food wasn't always around. When insulin is low, your body becomes a fat-burning machine, especially targeting that belly area where fat likes to hide. Studies show this process, backed by research in metabolism, ramps up when you combine smart eating with periods of not eating, leading to faster results without the constant hunger. I've seen patients transform this way, dropping inches and gaining energy they thought was gone forever. It's not magic, it's biology working in your favor. Let's build on that foundation with some real actionable advice drawn from years of helping people just like you. These aren't textbook theories, they're lessons from the trenches, refined through countless success stories. First off, rethink where your energy comes from in meals. Instead of worrying about every little bite, focus on filling up with fresh green veggies that don't mess with your insulin at all. I'm talking about piling your plate with things like spinach, kale, lettuce, broccoli, and cucumbers, stuff that's mostly water and fiber. Fiber is your ally here because it sails right through your system without turning into sugar, keeping everything steady and calm inside. No spikes, no storage mode. Aim for a big bowl every day, something like 7 cups worth, which sounds a lot but breaks down easy when you chop it up fine. Use a simple kitchen gadget to dice it all together, and suddenly it's not a chore but a fresh, crunchy start to your meal. Why push for so much of this? Because when you cut back on the usual carb-heavy stuff, your body sheds extra water, and along with it, important minerals that keep you feeling sharp. Those greens are loaded with potassium and magnesium, which prevent that foggy, tired feeling some folks get at the start. Research from nutrition studies confirms that diets rich in these veggies improve how your cells respond to signals, making your whole system more efficient. Plus, they're full of vitamins that fight off inflammation and support your heart and brain. Eat this salad first thing in your meal. It fills you up gently so you don't overdo the rest, and it cushions any small effects from other foods. Patients tell me this one change alone makes them feel lighter and more in control without the constant battle of tracking numbers. Moving on, let's talk about the building blocks of your meals, the proteins and fats that keep you satisfied. For decades, we've been told to go lean, stripping away every bit of fat like it's the enemy. But that's backward thinking when you're aiming to burn your own stores. Choose cuts that come with their natural fats intact, like a juicy ribeye steak with its marbling, or chicken legs with the skin on for that crisp bite. Go for rich fish such as wild-caught salmon or sardines, packed with healthy oils that your body loves. These aren't just tasty, the fats slow everything down so your insulin doesn't jump around. Science from endocrine research shows that pairing protein with fat leads to steadier energy release, keeping you full for hours and curbing those mid-afternoon urges. In practice, this means swapping out dry, bland options for flavorful ones. Grab ground beef with a good fat ratio, say 80-20, instead of the super lean stuff. Toss in avocados for creaminess or olives for a salty kick. If you're into pork, opt for cuts like shoulder that have that built-in moisture. Portion-wise, think about the size of your palm. That's a solid guide for most, but adjust based on how you feel. If you're active or bigger built, you might need a touch more, if not a bit less. The goal is to end a meal feeling energized, not stuffed or soon hungry again. I've had patients who are stuck in a rut switch to this and suddenly find themselves going longer between meals without effort, their bodies happily using up internal fuel. Now here's where we layer in some strategy to make this even more powerful. At the outset, when you're just starting to shift your body's habits, lean into adding extra healthy fats to ease the transition. Drizzle olive oil generously on your veggies, lend some coconut oil into your morning drink, or snack on a few pecans or macadamia nuts. This isn't about piling on calories, it's about training your system to prefer fat as fuel. Your body, used to running on quick sugars, might rebel with cravings at first, but these additions signal fullness and calm those signals down. Combined with eating in a shorter window, say from noon to evening, you amp up the fat burning. Fasting periods like this, supported by metabolic studies, drop insulin further, pushing ketone production higher for deeper results. But once you're adapted, and you'll know because hunger fades into the background bag to dial back those extras. Stick to the fats that come with your food, like in that salmon or steak, but skip the constant add-ons. Your body prefers the path of least resistance. If you feed it fat all day, it'll burn that before touching your stores. Create a gentle deficit by listening to real hunger, not the clock. If you're not truly needing food, don't eat just because it's time. This rule, rooted in how our hormones work, keeps the burn going strong. Imagine cruising through your morning, body humming on its own energy. That's the freedom we're after. Patients who've mastered this report not just weight loss, but a sense of liberation from food obsession. Don't overlook the little things that make or break how you feel, like keeping your minerals in balance. When insulin dips, your body lets go of salt and water, which can leave you dragging if not addressed. Sprinkle sea salt freely, the kind with natural traces of other elements, not the processed stuff. A pinch in your water first thing can perk you up like nothing else. Pair it with potassium-rich picks like those big salads or an avocado, which studies link to better muscle function and fewer cramps. For magnesium, which relaxes everything and aids sleep, greens and nuts help, but sometimes a gentle supplement at night does wonders. This isn't guesswork. Clinical data shows replenishing these prevents the dips that make people quit early, ensuring you stay vibrant and committed. Finally, weave in joy so this becomes your way of life, not a temporary fix. Food should nourish and delight, not punish. Experiment with treats that fit like a square of dark chocolate sweetened naturally or whipped up desserts using almond flour and cream. Enjoy them sparingly after your main meal, turning weekends into something special without derailing progress. As you go, notice the perks, clearer thinking, steady moods, and that midsection trimming down. It's a cycle that builds on itself, making sticking with it effortless. Remember, small starts lead to big shifts. Pick one idea today, like that hearty salad, and build from there. You're reclaiming your health, one satisfying step at a time. Expanding on that opening thought, I want to paint a clearer picture of why so many struggle with belly fat in the first place. It's not just about calories in and out, it's deeper, tied to how our modern world bombards us with foods that keep insulin humming along. Think about a typical day. Cereal for breakfast spikes it. A sandwich at lunch does it again, snacks in between, and dinner with pasta seals the deal. Each time, your body packs away energy as fat, especially around the organs where it's hardest to lose. But by shifting to meals that keep things low and steady, you break that pattern. Research from journals like the New England Journal of Medicine backs this. Lowering insulin through diet changes leads to more fat loss than just cutting calories alone. It's empowering to know you're not flawed, the system around you is, and you can opt out. Diving deeper into insulin's role, consider it like a diligent worker in a warehouse. When trucks of sugar arrive from carbs, it rushes to store them safely. But if trucks keep coming nonstop, the warehouse overflows and nothing gets used up. That's us, with constant eating keeping the worker exhausted and the fat piling up. Lower the deliveries and the worker rests, allowing the warehouse to empty out. Ketones step in as efficient cleaners, turning fat into fuel your brain and muscles thrive on. Patients often describe this switch as waking up from a fog. They sleep better, think sharper, even notice skin clearing up. It's not hype. Brain imaging studies show ketones provide cleaner energy, reducing inflammation that clouds cognition. On the veggie front, let's get specific about what to load up on. Beyond basics like lettuce and spinach, add in arugula for a peppery twist, Swiss chard for earthiness, or collards if you like them cooked lightly. Mix with cucumbers, celery, and bell peppers for crunch and variety. Dress with olive oil and vinegar, simple, but it enhances flavors without adding sugar. This abundance isn't just filler, it's medicine. Potassium in these helps regulate blood pressure, countering the salt we add, while magnesium eases tension in muscles and mind. I've had folks who hated veggies at first turn into salad enthusiasts once they saw how it banished headaches and boosted stamina. Aim for organic when possible to avoid extras, but don't stress any fresh greens, beat none. When selecting proteins, variety keeps things exciting. Salmon isn't just fatty, it's rich in omega-3s that studies link to reduced inflammation and better heart health. Grill it with herbs for a meal that feels gourmet. Sardines, often overlooked, are affordable and nutrient-dense. Eat them straight from the tin with a squeeze of lemon. For beef, a ribeye offers that perfect balance. Sear it to lock in juices. Chicken thighs roasted with skin crisp up beautifully, far from the bland breasts of old diets. Pork shoulder slow cooked melts tender, infusing meals with satisfaction. Listen to your body post-meal. Energized means you nailed it. Sluggish, tweak down. This intuitive eating, supported by behavioral research, fosters long-term habits over rigid rules. In the initial fat-boosting phase, think of it as bridging the gap. Your body might crave old fuel, so extra fats like sliced avocado and eggs or olives in salad provide comfort. MCT oil from coconuts absorbs quick for instant energy. Stir into herbal tea if coffee's not your thing. Nuts like pecans add crunch without overdoing carbs. This setup eases into fasting windows, where not eating for 16 hours or so supercharges everything. Hormone studies show extended low insulin periods increase growth factors that repair cells, explaining why patients report feeling younger. But transition wisely. Once adapted, those extras become occasional, letting your body feast on its reserves. The eat only when hungry mantra is revolutionary in a world of scheduled snacks. True hunger feels like a gentle nudge, not the shaky urgency of sugar crashes. By honoring it, you extend fat-burning windows naturally. If noon rolls around and you're fine, keep going, your body's thriving. Forcing food interrupts this, spiking insulin unnecessarily. Patients who've embraced this skip meals effortlessly, freeing time for life. It's sustainable because it's flexible. Some days you eat more, others less, guided by internal cues. Electrolytes deserve more spotlight. They're the unsung heroes. Salt, especially mineral-rich varieties, restores what low insulin flushes out. Sip salted water throughout the day, it hydrates deeply. Potassium from avocados, creamy and versatile in guacamole or sliced plain. Prevents weakness. Magnesium, tricky to get enough from food, calms nerves. Supplements like glycinate avoid tummy issues. Together, they banish flu symptoms, as confirmed by low-carb trials, ensuring you power through. Making it fun seals the deal. Chocolate squares after dinner feel indulgent yet fitting. Keto recipes abound. Creamy mousses with heavy cream, nut flour cookies baked fresh. Share with family for bonding. As benefits accumulate, stable energy, better sleep, shrinking waist, you'll crave this lifestyle. It's not deprivation, it's upgrade. In wrapping up, you've got the blueprint to harness your body's potential. Start small, build momentum, and watch transformation unfold. You're capable. Let's make it happen.